Reading an Ascii file. Let's read an Ascii file TopoCal. In the dialog window, we clearly can see the elements separated by spaces: the number, X, Y, Z, and the code. Also in this case, we could read by columns. Defining in each one the width of each element, again number, X, Y, Z, code, or choose from the selection table as we desire. Apart from the separation of elements by spaces, we should consider the fact that sometimes tabs can be not seen, or separations by commas or semicolons. In that case, you simply have to point out the option. On the right, we have two options. One decimals are delimited by commas, and another 1000 separators are delimited by a period. In short, we get a preview of our file and press the button Import. Calculation of Autocroquis. Now we have the dots map and select View in the codes to get the Autocroquis, which is the automatic creation of polylines and layers. TopoCal creates an internal file where codes are going to be added, the ones that have been read and the new ones that are being read. Punctual type tells us not to do anything, but creates layers with the same name by default. We may modify the table so that all bases are situated in the layer base, and we'll let the program create layers for the rest, depending on the name of the code. We can change the other colors together or separately, and so on the type of line for each layer. We change code axis of layer axis to the dotted line type. And we simply press Accept. We switch the codes off, and TopoCal has instantly already calculated and joined the dots and created layers. Then we disable the display of the labels of the cursor. We have an axis in red, an electric cable in purple. As not belonging to the armed TDM, we will switch these non-fold lines off and so on the dots in the layer base outside the lift. It can be done on the lateral menu or on top of the polyline. On the contextual menu, we disable the electrical wiring in layer PTF and deactivate the layer axis. We already have the layers that have been created based on the codes and could change any color or type of line if convenient. TopoCal tells us what's in each layer: dots, polylines, polyline vertices, text. We simply get about the layer on the lateral menu, and relaxing the mouse, the program tells us in each layer the number of dots, polylines and text there. We also have a contextual menu where we can remove the layer bases or whatever we want, and we can do operations such as reversing the state of the layers, sorting out, making groups, delete empty ones, etc. We also set the white polyline C of the layer off because it intersects with others, so better to do that. Calculation of TDM. Once the Autocroquis is made, we proceed making the calculation of TDM. Simply define a maximum distance of triangulation, in this case 60 meters, depending on the distance between the dots taken in the fill, and we will accept. We set the presentation of the dots off, and we have the triangulation and curving without smoothing done automatically. TopoCal calculates for each triangle the benchmark average and assigns a color, as shown in the chart below. Gradient red if it is above the level 0, and gradient blue if it is below. Or in colors depending on the maximum and the lowest level of the TDM, assigning colors to each height range, getting a representation of the colored field with more contrast. We see, for example, the bridge and how it falls below what could be water or just a lower surface. If we want more precision with colors, we can get it by using the curving icons, and we can see how colors are adapted directly to the contour lines. We disable the drawing of polylines, and we can see the different contour color field. Now we select Labels on the lateral menu and make the program calculate and present the level of the TDM with the exact position of the cursor. In the blue zone, there's the distance 939 with 48, and in the red zone distance 958 with 98. In yellow, we can see the highest one, 969 with 16. We can see the chart with ranges of dimensions and colors assigned by TopoCal. In future versions, these tables will be completely customizable. 3D vision. We can see a 3D representation of the terrain. By default, it does it in gradient green, depending on the slope of each triangle. A higher slope makes greater color intensity, and a lower slope sets a less intense green. We also have the options to do it in gradient red color or by colors. We directly already have the land in 3D. That gives us a vision of the Ascii file TopoCal. Where we can zoom, move, and rotate in 3D. Quick profiles. To complete the example, we get some quick terrain profiles. And we can see how graphically, simply by moving the mouse, quick cuts are drawn at real time, with the data about distances and operating in available heights. And that's all.
Todo, amigos.